Mistakes happen in science all the time. Even the most prestigious researchers are not immune from making incorrect measurements or misinterpreting data. Usually errors are caught before results are published, but sometimes they can slip through the cracks of the peer review process. And on several rare occasions, those incorrect results have even led to a Nobel Prize. These are 5 times that the Nobel Prize Committee has awarded a Nobel Prize for work that would later be shown to be incorrect. Number 5. Camillo Golgi. Golgi was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1906 jointly with Santiago Ramon y Cajal for recognition of their work on the structure of the nervous system. Golgi had invented a technique for staining nervous system tissue with the silver nitrate dye and came to the conclusion that the brain was comprised of one continuous structure. Cajal improved on Golgi's staining technique and determined that the brain was actually comprised of individual cells, which he called neurons. The Nobel Prize Committee decided to hedge their bets by awarding the Nobel Prize to both researchers. Rather than being a good sport, Golgi used his entire award speech as an opportunity to bash Cajal's work, though history would later show that Cajal's theory of neurons was indeed correct. Number 4. Johannes Fibber. Fibber was a Danish physician who was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1927 for discovering that parasitic worms caused stomach cancer in rats. Fibber fed the rats cockroaches which carried the parasites and found that the rats developed stomach tumors shortly thereafterwards. However, subsequent research into the rat tumors revealed that the tumors were not actually cancerous and weren't even caused by the parasites.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
The tumors were actually lesions caused by a vitamin A deficiency. Despite his Nobel fumble, Fibber left behind an important legacy. While working on a treatment for diphtheria, he conducted the first randomized clinical trial, thereby laying important groundwork for future pharmaceutical research. Number 3 and number 2. Severo Ochoa and Arthur Kornberg. Ochoa and Kornberg were jointly awarded the Nobel Prize in 1959 for discovering enzymes involved in the synthesis of RNA and DNA respectively. Shortly after winning the Nobel Prizes, researchers found that the enzyme that Ochoa discovered was actually involved in the degradation of RNA, not its synthesis. Also, the enzyme that Kornberg discovered was not responsible for DNA synthesis, but rather DNA repair. While Ochoa and Kornberg's initial findings were incorrect, their research did pave the way for the eventual discovery of RNA polymerase and DNA polymerases 2 and 3, the actual enzymes responsible for nucleic acid chain synthesis. Arthur Kornberg's son would actually be the one to discover DNA polymerases 2 and 3, and would go on to win a Nobel Prize of his own in 2006. Number 1. Enrico Fermi. Fermi is widely regarded as one of the most important particle physicists of all time. He even has a national lab named in his honor. Among numerous contributions to the fields of quantum mechanics and particle physics, his work on the Manhattan Project led to the first controlled nuclear chain reaction. While Fermi thought he created new elements with higher atomic masses than uranium, it turned out that his experiments actually caused the fission of uranium atoms into smaller elements. Ironically, a Nobel Prize was later awarded to Otto Hahn in 1944 for discovering nuclear fission. Honorable mentions go to Igaz Moniz, who won a Nobel Prize for developing the lobotomy, and to Julius Wagner Jauregg, who treated patients with neurosyphilis by infecting them with malaria. Neither is technically incorrect, per se, but both have fallen into disuse for obvious reasons. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something new, and as always, stay curious.